Good morning, Sunset Country, and we're really glad you can come back this week to see us again. I'm your host, Dave Cain, with my friend
Deborah Cruikshank. Welcome to the show.
Yes.
Another great week.
We have a
under
great
our
week.
belts.
Yes, another great week. And this week we've got lots of stuff coming up. Starting with one of my favorites is a little story on the farmer market coming up. The farmers market starting up soon. We're going to talk about that. The Rotary duck race.
The Rotary duck race.
Yes.
We have Darcia Curtis in the studio today to talk to us about one of the Rotary events coming up.
Yes, that's fantastic. We've got a follow-up story to our needle exchange from a few weeks back. There's a follow-up story today. We're going to see that.
And we're going to be doing a little bit of dancing today.
There'll be a bit of dancing this week.
Well, we won't be dancing, but there's a lot of dancing in the show.
We could, though.
We could. We should have.
We should, but we'll see some really good people that can dance well.
It's true.
That's right.
It's true. We have a couple of things to talk about as well.
Yes, we do.
I have some good news that Kenora Fire number 18 is coming back to life.
Isn't that wonderful? Look at that.
That's how fast it happens. It just, there's horrific damage and then life comes back. So good news. It's already started. The boreal forests will live again.
They
in
will.
That area.
That's fantastic.
It's true.
Yes. We've also got a reminder for everybody. Sunday is the Share the Roadway. We're all going to meet at Garrow Park. I believe registration is at 9 o'clock. I haven't registered yet. I still have to this week. Maria, I am going to register.
I've committed. I'm going with my friend and her family because it's Father's Day.
It is Father's Day. I'm going to be there with my grandkids.
Yay. And keep in mind, it's all free.
Yes.
Even the pancakes.
Well, that's why I'm going.
Yeah, me too.
Pancakes. Lots of pancakes.
Little bike ride and some pancakes.
So 9:30, be there. Don't forget to register for the Share the Road. What else have we got?
Well, this is really, really exciting. And I know we've mentioned it before. Kenora is one of 6 finalists. In the one horse town competition, which is put on with the Coors, Molson, Coors, and CMT.
Oh, wow.
So part of the finalists, we get a big concert that would happen September 16th, featuring Dean Brody, Chad Brownlee, and the Rivertown Saints.
So we have to vote.
We have to vote. You have to get your votes in by July 4th.
By July 4th.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a documentary. They do a 2-hour documentary and it'll feature on CMT about Kenora.
Great for our city. That is just great for our city. This is wonderful. One other thing, not so great, just a reminder from the city of Kenora, with Canada Day coming up and all those fireworks and such, a lot of people like these flying lanterns. The city is requesting that we sort of avoid the flying lanterns. They are neat. For those that don't know what they are, they're the flying paper bag, basically, that go up in the air, and they've got some flame to them. But unfortunately, you really can't tell where they land. So with the recent fires, et cetera, and all other things going on, the city is asking people, discouraging people from using them this year. So think about that. If you've got any questions on that, I believe they've got a fire chief at kenora.ca. You can go to that website and talk to the fire chief about some of the details involving the flying lanterns.
And also that's where you'll be able to find whether or not you're in a restricted zone or not, because of course that varies from different area to area.
That is true, yes.
All throughout the season.
Yeah.
Well, should we get the show started?
We should get the show started. National Aboriginal Day is coming up. June 21st, I believe it is.
Summer solstice.
Yes. And we've got a story coming up. Tommy Johnson out in Dryden. He's met with a couple of Manitoba kids that got some pretty fast feet.
It's true.
Yes, we're going to go to that story and see what Tommy's done with them.
I guess you could say it's a fusion, but some of the moves we do, you'll actually notice them in powwows too. I mean, it's just a beat, and like in powwow, it's just the drum, and you just go with the beat, and it's basically the same thing with jigging, you just same thing with every kind of dance.
Showcasing their culture and passion through dance. Meet Seguins Finest, a dance group based out of the First Nation community of Seguin, Manitoba.
The dance we do is actually a Métis dance, and because back in the day, our First Nations people weren't allowed to do the powwow dancing. The powwow was banned, and they would do these dances in the houses, and they wouldn't have any blinds or curtains back in those days, so they would do these dances, and they do them really traditional, where you couldn't move your shoulders or your head. So if government officials happened to be walking by, it looked like you're just moving around in the kitchen, like there's sliding moves. the real traditional moves anyway.
For the group, made up of family and friends, modernizing a blend of traditional Métis jigging with a mixture of clogging and tap has been a recipe for success. So much so that the group even took home a first-place victory in the first ever Canada's Got Talent television show.
Me and my buddies, we decided we'd go and try out Canada's Got Talent. So we just formed our little trio and we practiced a routine. And yeah, we just winged it kind of thing at first. You know, we just kind of wanted to try it out, and we ended up getting pretty far and ended up winning the Canada's Got Talent show. At first it was pretty overwhelming. We're not used to it, right? Because we just came from a square dance group doing little local shows and stuff like that. It brings a smile to my face. Like, my face literally hurts from smiling too much after shows.
Since the Canada's Got Talent victory, Seguins Finest hasn't slowed down. Most months, their schedule is full, touring powwows and summer festivals across the country.
Sometimes I'm not, tonight I'm ready to ride. No sitting home.
One of the main things we want to do is spread our culture, you know? We want to share. That's one of the main things that we're taught in our First Nations community, is just to share. Share your talent, just share your knowledge, share your wisdom, share your dance, and that's what we're trying to do.
Okay, now, in jigging terms, we call that the basic step, all right?
Do what you love to do. You know, we love dancing, and that's what we're doing. You gotta find the joys in your life, and that's what I like to say to the kids is, you know, everyone has a unique talent and ability. You know, everyone has it, and you gotta follow through with it, you know? Like, if you love doing something, why stop?
For Go on Shaw TV, I'm Tommy Johnson.
Thanks, Tommy and Dryden. Those kids had quick feet.
It was pretty amazing. I wish I could dance like that.
So do I. I wish I could dance at all. Also, National Aboriginal Day, 21st of June, we mentioned, in Kenora at the Harbourfront. We've got the ceremonies going on. Opening ceremony starts at 9:30. There's going to be, of course,
a bannock contest.
Bannock contest. That would be great.
If only we could be judges.
Yes. And there'll be all kinds of arts and entertainment, and it's a powwow atmosphere.
It's a full day.
Yes, it is.
Summer solstice.
Yes. Matt Kennedy comes up with his Internet Minute. He talks about Jasmine Lorimer for the first Canadian Bachelorette. Can you imagine?
Yeah, first ever.
First
Local
ever.
girl.
And we've got, talk about quick, we've got some ducks coming up. We're going to talk to the Rotary about the quick ducks.
Here's a look at some of the stories that have been trending this week in our region. News feeds lit up on June 10th when it was announced that Kenora's own Jasmine Lorimer would be Canada's first Bachelorette. Lorimer is originally from Reddit, Ontario, and now lives in Pemberton, BC. On the first ever season of the Canadian version of the show, Lorimer will have her choice of 20 lucky bachelors who will be fighting for that final rose and hopefully Lorimer's hand in marriage. A more tragic trending topic was the fire at the Esso station in Clearwater Bay west of Kenora. A post on the story by CJOB out of Winnipeg was shared over 340 times. The stunning picture that has gone viral in the region was taken by the owner of the Esso station and shows the fire being suppressed by helicopter. Thankfully, nobody was harmed and the cause of the fire remains under investigation. Lastly, a widely shared post over the weekend comes from the CBC regarding a missing man from Winnipeg who was last seen near Kenora over 2 months ago. 25-year-old Cain Luo, who goes by the name Chris, was last seen on April 2nd in the Kenora area. Luo's car was located on the same day, parked on the Sergeant Thomas Cooper Memorial Bridge. Anyone with information regarding Luo's whereabouts is asked to contact the OPP. For a look at what's trending in the region, I'm Matt Kennedy.
Thanks, Matt, for that.
Yes.
We now have Darcia Curtis sitting in the studio with us, and she's here from Kenora Rotary Club, and we're having a lucky duck race,
Yes.
but Rotary is so much more. Yeah. It's coming up, 100th birthday in 2020. We have lots of exciting stuff coming up with Rotary. Tell us a little bit more about some of the local things that you guys support.
Sure. Well, the Rotary supports many great projects in the community. They have many ways we fundraise for those. So the online auction is one way.
Yeah.
Lobster Fest coming up on August 20th is another fundraiser. Our big project is the Splash Park this year.
Oh, that's right.
That's super exciting, and that's to celebrate the 100 years, is it?
That
correct?
is right.
That big project. And bricks are still available,
Yes.
of course, to
Bricks
buy
are
for that
available.
one.
All right.
Dave's
How do we go about getting the bricks? For people out there, let them know how to get them.
Sure, you can order bricks online or through any Rotary member that you may know. We have them for sale. We'll have them out at the Farmers Market on June 22nd and 29th. Rotary will be there. Any community event where Rotary is at, the bricks are available for purchase. But online is probably one of the easiest ways.
Do they have a goal, a number of bricks that they want to lay down in the park?
We don't have a goal. We don't even have a plan for the bricks yet. We have many other fundraising.
Yeah.
It's just one of the ways we're fundraising for the splash park. So.
Well, today specifically, let's talk about the Lucky Duck.
Yes.
The Lucky Duck.
The big race.
Yeah, the big race.
I got my winning ticket.
Yeah,
right here.
I bet
winning
you
ticket
do.
right here.
Yeah. So it starts at McLeod Park.
It does, at 11 a.m. on Canada Day.
Canada Day. So how do you buy your duck? Do you get to pick your duck, or is it just sort of luck of the draw?
The ticket matches the duck. So when you buy your ticket, then the ducks race. And if your duck is one of the, I think, 50 chances to win, maybe.
Wow.
20.
Well, there's like a whole whack of prizes on this day.
There is.
Yeah.
Many chances.
Catch, what's the top prize?
$1,500.
$1,500
for the quickest duck.
Yeah, that's amazing. So how many ducks, what was the biggest race that we've had?
There's a few thousand
Yeah, you had a
ducks,
couple
I think.
thousand,
There's
yeah.
a few thousand ducks. Amazing.
5,000 maybe?
Yeah.
Well, and then they have people corralling them, or?
They go in, they get dropped off and then they go into sort of beams,
The
I guess.
racetrack? Nice.
The racetrack, yeah.
And how are they dropping them off this year? What's the plan
This
for
year they're
dumping
going
them?
to dump them off of a pontoon boat. They've
Okay.
been doing that for the past
Yeah.
couple years. When they were dropping them from the helicopter, it was
There
a
were
little
some issues.
there were some issues. So
Although it was very fun.
Yes.
That's funny.
it is still a lot of fun for families and kids
Yeah.
to come down and watch and cheer for their duck.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Well, we look very much forward to Rotary Splash Park. Dave
Oh,
said
certainly.
that he had his hippo belt.
Yep, I'm
all
ready.
for
I've
the
got my
big
hippo
day.
belt ready.
Good,
Yep.
good.
So go to Kenora Rotary. What's the website? KenoraRotary.ca. We probably have it up on the bottom. And you can buy bricks, you can donate, you can do all these things. They help many causes in and around town. So definitely a good organization to be a part of. Thanks, Darcia, for coming in today.
Hey, thank you for
Thanks
having
coming
me.
in.
Thanks.
And after the break, we're going to go to a dance studio, a local dance studio in Kenora, and see what the kids are doing to entertain themselves and the people who are coming to see them. And we're going to have a follow-up story to a couple of weeks ago, the needle exchange in Kenora. So take a break and come on back and see us.
Thanks for joining us back in the studio. Our very own Shelley Bujold had a chance to meet up with Kenora DanceWorks.
Yes,
Dave,
she did. I
maybe
know.
this is where you can go to work on your dance skills.
That'd be a good idea.
Dance is a performance art, so getting up on stage and being able to show off what you've learned and sort of tell a story through movement is a really important part of learning dance. So that's why we have our recital at the end of the year, so that they can show that progression in their skills and also their artistry. It's always amazing for me to see the difference from when a dancer comes in September, especially if it's their first year in the studio, and just to see how they grow throughout the year and have some of them really blossom with dance. So when you start the year, especially if they're brand new to dance, pretty much all of it is challenging. But just as you watch that progression go along and that moment when all of a sudden everything makes sense throughout the entire body, it's just this amazing moment that you can see them realize that they can do it and that they've learned a new skill. And just seeing that moment, it's just a really great experience for a teacher to see that happening.
Well, thanks for that, Shelley. You know what? I could totally do that.
Do you
give me a
think? I
tutu,
think so.
but I
Well,
want a
that's
tutu.
what I was going to say. I think the tutu would really give you a lot of confidence to
I
be
think
able
so.
to do
I
that.
could.
I'll
I need
work
that.
on
I need
that.
my confidence. Yes, that'd be great. Coming up soon, Kim and Jeff did a follow-up to the story from a few weeks ago, the Needle Exchange Program. They talked with the Northwest Health Unit with some of their peer support group.
We're here today with Miranda and Will, and they are peer outreach support workers with the Northwestern Health Unit, and they're going to tell us a little bit more of what each of them do in our community.
Hi, so basically we do lots of harm reduction. We try to reach people where they're at. I have some lived experience as well. We also run a support group, and I've been doing lots of presentations around the community. We try and educate the public as to what's going on in the community, and I guess keep people safe.
Have you noticed a change in the town's reception of the program since you guys had the open house back early in April?
Well, I think people, once they know and they get the knowledge about the program and they see that it's reducing the amount of harm in the community, then they're more on board with it. I think a lot of it is just a matter of educating, and once they find out that we're not encouraging drug use, or we're actually reducing the amount of harm to everybody. So yeah, people have been way better and calling us when they find used supplies in the community, and we're right there to pick them up. So
We'll come after hours too. Sometimes people don't find stuff only during business hours, so both of us have a cell phone that we'll answer anytime, pretty much. I've answered my phone at 3 in the morning for a client, so.
Well, that's great that you guys are very receptive and can go out at any given time. Have you had a lot of people phone you about getting the kits and being on the lookout as the public?
yeah, we've given out more pickup kits for sure, I think, since the open house. And it comes in a bag, and we educate people on how to pick up needles or sharps safely, and we give them a container and tell them where they can bring them to dispose of them. Because unfortunately, it's a fact that it happens, and we think it's getting better. Yeah, we've given out more for sure.
Also, it's not just in Kenora, there's lots of other communities obviously surrounding us. So it's been nice to be able to go out to other communities and put the word out there. Lots of them don't have the same services that we have here in the downtown core. So it's important to get out to all of the outlying areas, and I've been giving them pickup kits as well. So yeah, it's been going really well.
And just like we support people while they're using to reduce harm, we're also available. We have community partners that we can refer people when they're ready to make a change in their life, and we can refer people to the appropriate programs. So
that's something people don't realize. Sometimes we're the only person that person sees outside of their group. So we're really sometimes the first access point to services, and that's one of the most important things that we do, is the resources and support that we provide to the clients. It's not all about our community work. It's really about the clients, and having lived experience definitely helps with giving compassion and letting them know that there is hope.
Coming up next, we're going to check in on what's happening at the Kenora Farmers Market, which happens this Wednesday.
Starts this Wednesday, yes. It'll be great.
First ever.
Yep.
So grab a coffee, and we'll have that for you when we come back from break.
Welcome back, and as promised, Kim caught up with Josh Nelson at the Kenora Farmers Market. Here's what she had to say.
Josh Nelson, Tourism Services Coordinator from the City of Kenora, joins us today to tell us about the Matejowski Farmers Market that's going to be held under the pavilion this summer. Welcome, Josh.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, we're excited for another season at the Matejowski Farmers Market. Starting on June 22nd and running through all the way until October 5th. Every single Wednesday we'll be down at the Whitecap Pavilion. We'll have the Matejowski Farmers Market. It's going to be an awesome season this year. We're expecting vegetables to be in full swing starting around July 6th. That's normally when we have a full crop. But that said, on June 22nd and June 29th, we will still have some vegetables down here with the herbs, some of the early growing products. But that said, we'll also have all of our meat vendors, all of our bakers, all the artisans still down here. We're expecting a pretty popular market just for the very first one, with over 90 vendors already. So it's going to be a good market this year. That said, we also have a couple specialty markets that we're going to be looking at this year as well. There's the first one's on July 1st, which is in conjunction with Canada Day. It's geared more towards an artisan, but there might be some produce and meat vendors down here as well. I haven't got the full roster yet, but it's starting to fill up pretty quick here. So that doesn't fall on the Wednesday though. It's actually on a Friday. So with conjunction with Canada Day, so it's something additional that we have with Canada Day. We also have the Harborfest Market too, which lands on August long weekend. And it's really geared towards the artisans. So if you're interested in some artwork, some jewelry, anything to do with artistry, you'll see that kind of stuff down here. So Those are kind of two specialty markets that we have. And then throughout the Matejowski market season as well, we're going to have some special things up on the stage. For example, we have, in conjunction with the Canada Summer Games, it's called Paint the Skull, considering a rolling skull. So Kenora Arts Project will actually be inviting people up onto the stage to help them paint a skull in conjunction with Canada Summer Games. As well, on the 29th, we're having the Lake of the Woods Aero Modelers down here to show off all their little planes that they fly around and things like that. So should be a good season. We're hoping to have a lot of people out. So that's it.
Well, that sounds like a great summer. So every Wednesday, come on down, search out Josh, and he'll show you all the hot spots under here at the pavilion. For Good Morning Sunset Country, I'm Kim Morrison.
Well, another show is almost over, but I want to talk about the farmers market again. I just love the farmers market. It's coming up. Starts Wednesday. What's your favorite thing about the farmers market?
Well, I like the excitement about the farmers market. Like as soon as Wednesdays start, farmers market's here.
That's right.
The season sets in, right?
Yes.
It's all about getting downtown, getting your fresh produce.
Getting there first.
First, I know.
You got to beat everybody else to those carrots
and to the
onions.
cupcake lady.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. That's my most favorite thing to do at the farmers market is eat. So go there with an empty stomach.
Well, you're not supposed to shop with an empty stomach except Wednesdays.
Yeah, except Wednesdays.
Wednesdays you can shop with an empty stomach.
It's true.
And hit the cupcake lady first.
Yeah. And pies. There's really good pies
awesome
there too.
Pies,
cookies.
Awesome pies. Yes.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing to do?
It's eating. It's eating. But you know what? I just like the atmosphere. I like everybody down there having a good time. They're just for fun. It's good. It's a good time.
There's really talented artisans there
and
too.
I know that there are a couple of days there'll be the Lucky Ducky tickets on sale. Get your Lucky Ducky ticket.
Yeah, Rotary will be there selling Lucky Ducks for sure. So you need to buy them before July 1st because that is going down on Canada Day.
$1,500. That could buy a lot of cupcakes.
Oh my gosh, that could buy a lot of cupcakes.
There you go. Yeah.
But what would you do with them all?
Eat them.
Oh.
There you go.
Anyways, I would like to thank Darcia for coming in to share Rotary.
Fantastic.
Rotary is such an amazing organization.
It is.
They help so many various
so many
groups
things.
around, and they're global, so they're helping out all over the whole globe.
Yes.
Really.
Fantastic.
Rotarians are amazing people.
Yeah. You've got a picture.
I have a picture.
Yes.
We finally have a sunrise picture. Let's check it out. One. But one is all you need. It's amazing. Look at how still it is. We talked about this last week, the difference between sunset and sunrise.
Yeah.
Look at how incredibly still the water is. You can see like every piece of every whisper of cloud. That's why you need to be up at this time of day.
Yes.
So we want to see some sunrises from all over the region.
Yes, all over. Fort Francis,
Sioux Lookout, Dryden,
Red Lake, all over.
Manaki.
Yes, let's do it. Let's get your photos in.
Well, you can always be interactive with us on Facebook.
That's true.
We have had some people call in. If you want to be a part of the show, if you have an interesting idea, story to tell, get a hold of us. You can check us out on Facebook, or you can always email us.
Next week, it's all about the pets.
It is.
Next week, we've got Kim goes down and visits a special spay and neuter clinic, I guess I want to call it, over the region. Talk to some special people doing that. Chris is in from It's a Dog's Life to talk to us about the dogs, as well as the cat shelter. Celine Alcock will talk about the cat shelter here in Kenora.
Our furry friends next week.
Oh, the furry friends. It's going to be a good night.
Take care, everyone. See you next week.
Goodbye. See you next week.